Let us chant from verses 11 to 15 of Atma Bodha. Pratah smarami hridi samsfuradhatma tattvam Satchis sukham paramaham sagatim turiyam Yasvapna jagara sushuptamaveti nityam Tad brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangaha Nanopadhivashadeva Jati varnashramadayah Atmanyaropitasto ye Rasavarnadibhedavat Panchikrita mahabhuta Sambhavam karma sanchitam Shariram sukha dukkhanam Bhogayatanamuchyate Pancha prana mano buddhihi Dashendriya samanvitam Apanchikrita bhutotham Sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam Anadhya vidya nirvachya Karanopadhiruchyate Upadhitrithaya danyam Atmanamavadharaye Panchakoshadi yogena Tattanmaya iva sthitaha Shuddhatma nilavastradi Yogena spatiko yatha
Pratasmarami hridi samspuradhatmatattvam Satchit sukham paramaham sagatim turiyam Yat swapna jagara sushuptamaveti nityam Tad brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangaha We continue with verse number 15, Atma Bodha. Verse number 15 reads, Panchakoshadi yogena tattanmaya ivastitaha Shuddhatma nilavastradi yogena spatiko yata Panchakoshadi yogena tattanmaya ivastitaha Shuddhatma nilavastradi yogena spatiko yata. From union with the five sheets, the pure self Atman appears to be like them, just as a crystal appears blue when in contact with blue cloth. From union with the five sheets, the pure self Atman appears to be like them, just as a crystal appears blue when in contact with blue cloth. He's concluding the last verse of this topic, where he spoke about material equipments superimpose world upon Brahman. The superimposition is over with this verse. We have seen superimposition, adhyasa. In Sanskrit, it's called adhyasa, superimposition. Superimposition means wrongly attributing. Superimposition is a wrong attribution. The material equipments superimpose upon Brahman. Previously, he spoke about the three equipments superimposing: the gross, subtle, and causal bodies. Before that, he spoke about the five elements. The sequence, you have to remember the sequence of superimposition. The ignorance, the five elements, and then the three bodies, gross, subtle, and causal. Now the last verse is talking about the five koshas as a superimposition. Ignorance is the cause for superimposition, and that ignorance is the five elements. The ignorance causes birth to the five elements as it were. Remember, as it were, because all this didn't happen. That is why we keep repeating as it were. Just as the snake came out of rope, the snake came out of rope as it were. It never came out. It never came out because it can never come out. It never came out, but it can never come out. But we see that is superimposition. If the rope is wet, the snake will be slimy. I don't know whether you have touched the live snake. It's slimy. No, it's slimy. If the rope is wet, the snake will appear slimy. That doesn't mean the snake has, it is the quality of the snake. It is the quality of the rope only. So are you able to follow the superimposition? Now what is happening is that ignorance, which is the fundamental root cause for superimposition, manifest as it were as ignorance. So as it were as the five elements. And then the five elements, he spoke about the subtlety, the order of subtlety. Vedanta will speak about the manifestation, and in the manifestation, they will speak about the order of subtlety also. First, they will talk about the manifestation, and in that manifestation, there is an order of subtlety. Like in the words of Shakespeare, there is a method in the madness too. Though it is mad, there is a method in the madness. Similarly, there is a method in the creation also. What is it? There is the order of subtlety. The space, then comes the, I'm not going into the details. The space, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the five elements. And then came the three bodies. Again, the three bodies in the order of subtlety, because the very name itself describes it. Gross, subtle, causal. The very name itself indicates the subtlety. Now he is talking about the superimposition from a slightly different angle of functional differences. Now he is talking about, in a slightly different angle, a functional difference. The functional difference is the pancha koshas, the five koshas. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. Functional difference, again retaining the same order of subtlety. Again the subtlety is maintained here also. Annamaya kosha is the grossest. Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha is the subtlest. These are the very many ways in which superimposition happens upon Brahman. These are the very many ways in which superimposition has happened. Please understand, we are working backwards. Happening, he is not going to say what's going to happen. This is how the superimposition has happened. So, இது எல்லாமே past tense la understand பண்ணிக்கோங்க. If you understand it in the past tense, it becomes that much simpler to understand. What is it? The 5 koshas. Briefly, we will talk about the five koshas. Shankaracharya is just referring to the 5 koshas. He didn't go into the, just as he went into the details of gross, subtle and causal body, he is not going into the details of the Panchakoshas. He is just referring to the Panchakoshas. Why he is referring is because it is already dealt with in detail in the Upanishad, and Shankaracharya knows that Saturday class students and all very brilliant students, they know all the Panchakoshas already. He knew it, I think. Apaway he concluded that we know it. So he didn't go into the details of what this Panchakosha is. For whatever it's worth, we'll briefly see the 5 koshas. The example explains the superimposition. The examples explains the superimposition. If I were to ask any one of you, we have been talking about superimposition. And don't worry, from 16 to 29, another 15 verses, you will be more irritated and frustrated. Atma Bodha is not an easy textbook. From 16 to 29, you will be more irritated because by discriminative self-analysis, segregate. 16 verses is going to repeat only one theme. What? Segregate the two. Before segregating, he is saying superimposition has happened. Now, what is superimposition? I defined it already. Wrongly attributing it is called superimposition. Okay. What is wrongly attributing? When the eyes are seeing, whenever you say I see, this is wrong attribution. Again I repeat. Don't forget this wrong attribution. For entire Vedanta is only restricted to this. Again and again and again, till you either you get frustrated and drop off from the class, or fall off to sleep in the class, or close the book, he will be repeating the same thing. What? It is the eyes that is seeing. You don't say I see. It is the ears that is hearing. You don't say I hear. Seriya? This is functional. Then comes the superimposition of the roles that you play. What is the role? I am the husband. I am playing the role of the husband. Superimposition. Superimposition is to say, I am the husband. Knowledge is to say, I am playing the role of the husband. So, you segregate it in this way. When you go on segregating in this way, verse number 30, you will be so frustrated to ask, then what is this I? What is this? What is this I? What is this I? Nirguno, Nishkriyo, Nityo. He will go into a beautiful description of what the I is. So superimposition means, remember this. What is superimposition? When the equipments does their respective function, you don't claim it as I. When the roles are played because of the past karmas, you don't say I. அவ்வளவுதான். இதுதான் ஆத்மபோதா, knowledge of Atma. Atmabodha is over. We can go to the next text, I think. This is Atmabodha. When the equipments does their function, you don't claim it as I. When the roles are played by the jiva, you say, when the roles are played by the jiva, you don't say I. I am playing the role of the teacher from 7:45 to 9 o'clock. If I say I am the teacher versus I am playing the role of the teacher, what is the difference between the two? When you say I am the teacher versus I am playing the role of the teacher, what is the difference between the two? Whenever you say I am playing the role, it means you are not that. Then only you can say I am playing the role. If you are acting in a drama, இப்போ டிராமாலாம் ரொம்ப இருக்கிறதே இல்லை. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 அப்படிதான் போயிட்டு இருக்கு இப்பெல்லாம் இல்லையா? So in Season 1, Ramayana Season 1, let us say, Shailesh is acting like Lord Rama. Nobody will call him. I'm just saying. Shailesh is acting like Lord Rama. Abdinale, what does it mean? Very clear. What? Shailesh acting like Rama. Shailesh will never say, after the play is over, he will not come home and tell his wife and kids, I am Rama. The wife and kids will get scared now. What happened to this? Are you able to follow? Whenever you say, I am playing the role, what does it mean? You are not that. Number one. Number two is, since you are not that, there is a built-in detachment to that role. Number three, because of the built-in detachment, the effectiveness is more. The effectiveness is more in the sense, Lord Rama lost his wife and he was crying. But he never had a chance to rehearse, no. He never had a chance to practice and all that. But an actor who is playing like Lord Rama can actually cry much better than Rama. Why? Because there is a built-in gap, there is a built-in detachment, and in that detachment, the effectiveness is more. Lastly, because of the built-in detachment and the effectiveness is more, acting becomes a leela, a sport, a play, a joyful thing. Acting becomes a leela, a sport, a playful thing. How to practice detachment, sir? How to practice detachment? I said it, no, just now. How to practice detachment? Understand or tell yourself that you are playing the role. The eyes are seeing, I am not seeing. This is in relation to the functions of the equipments. The eyes are seeing, I am not seeing. The mind is feeling the ups and downs. I don't go through ups and downs. The intellect understands something. The intellect doesn't understand something. I have nothing to do with either the understanding nor non-understanding as far as the equipments are concerned. Then comes the jiva, the roles. Same thing. What is it? I am playing the jiva is playing the role of Srikanth, our பையனுக்கு ஜீவேஷ்னு பேர் தான் வச்சிருக்கிறார். The jiva playing the role of the father, the teacher, the son, the husband, the friend, the enemy. This segregation is called knowledge. This segregation is called Atma Bodha knowledge. Why I am saying this in the beginning itself is whenever we talk about superimposition, you should remember all this in a flash. You should be able to remember all this. The third superimposition, which I already described in one of the previous sessions. I am the bulb enlivened by electricity versus I am the electricity enlivening the bulb. Are you able to follow? You can say, I am the bulb enlivened by electricity. You can say, I am the equipments supported by God. I am the equipments enlivened by the consciousness. You can say that. அப்படி சொன்னா அது அஜ்ஞானம், அது ignorance. What is Atma Bodha? What is Atma Bodha? If you say, I am the individual supported by God, அப்படின்னா that is, what is it called? Ajnanam. Ajnanam. I am supported by God ன்னு சொன்னா அஜ்ஞானம். What is Atma Bodha? What is Atma Bodha? சும்மா யாராவது டைப் படிங்க. It's okay. நானும் யோசிக்கிற ஆன்சரை. I will also think for the answer. I said it already. வேதாந்தால ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜ் என்ன அப்படின்னா ஆன்சரை லீக் பண்ணிட்டு தான் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பரே கொடுப்பாங்க. First they will say the answer and then only they will ask the question. What is the question? I am supported by God. Is Guru. Where is Guru? Correct potar avurda. I am God supporting the instrument. That's Atma Bodha. I am God. Vidyalakshmi, correct. I am God supporting the instruments is Atma Bodha. I am the instruments supported by God. That is, what is it called? இது கொஞ்சம் பயமா இருக்கு சார். SRL Shankar கரெக்டா போட்டார். Ignorance. I am supported by God is ignorance. I am the God enlivening the instruments na Atma Bodha. You have the knowledge of Atma Bodha, you have the knowledge of Vedanta treatise, you have the knowledge of the Upanishads, you have the knowledge of the Vedas, you have the real knowledge. What is the real knowledge? As well, he's trying to say. The five koshas does their function. Are you able to follow now the verse? For the first 15-20 minutes on a formula is applicable for the entire text. And don't worry, every 3 weeks we will keep repeating the same. Every 3 weeks we'll keep repeating the same thing again and again. What does he saying in this verse? He's saying the pure self appears to be like. The pure self appears to be like. What is the appearance? Like a crystal appears blue when in contact with a blue cloth. The crystal is not covered by a blue cloth. There is a crystal and you keep a blue cloth nearby. The crystal appears to be blue. Suppose if we keep a red cloth, it will appear to be red. Because of the nearness, it seems to acquire that property. That is the 5 koshas. It seems to acquire that property. The nearness liye Anandamaya kosha is so close to Brahman radhanala, it seems to have acquired the and the poovodas and the naruku and the smell varun solra madri. Since it is very close, it has acquired that, as it were, what? Anandamaya kosha, bliss sheath. It is not Brahman. Brahman is beyond the 5. Brahman is beyond the 5 koshas, but it appears to have acquired that property. It appears to have acquired. Therefore, why it is said as acquired? Because the mixture of the impossible things to get mixed is what is happened. Knowledge and ignorance seems to coexist. If you remember, we saw that already. Knowledge and ignorance seems to coexist where it is not possible. Knowledge and ignorance seems to coexist, but it appears to be coexisting. It appears to be coexisting. Example, it is because of the nearness. In the Kathopanishad, chapter 1, section 3, mantra 12. Chapter 1, section 3, mantra 12 of the Kathopanishad, he says, only by developing a strong intellect, you can be able to discriminate it in this way, he says. Only by developing a strong, only when the intellect has become subtle. Subtle, not subtle intellect. Don't confuse it with the subtle intellect. It is not the subtle intellect. Only when the intellect has become very sharp and penetrative, you will be able to segregate it like this. Till you have developed that penetrating intellect, you will be confused, and you will be confused. What is the confusion? Instead of saying the upadhis does the karma, you say aham karta. Upadhis does their respective karma. Instead of saying that, you will say I am the doer. Aham karta means I am the doer. It is the intellect that would be able to segregate it in this manner. It is the intellect that would be able to segregate it in this manner. What is the segregation? The segregation is this. The segregation is this. What is the segregation? The self and the non-self. Are you okay till now? What are the 5 koshas that he is referring to? The 5 functions. The 5 koshas are the 5 functions. Annamaya kosha, the grossest, that which is caused by body, that which is caused by food, maintained by food, and goes back as food to something else is called Annamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha, the physiological functions, that which connects the gross body and the subtle body. Then comes the Manomaya Kosha, the mind, the mental sheath. What is the mental sheath? The mind, which is made up of emotions, feelings, impulses, etc. Then comes the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the discriminating faculty, which is the discriminating faculty in the sense of the intellect. All these are manifested part. Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha. All these are the manifested aspect. And then comes the Anandamaya Kosha, which is the state of deep sleep, which is the unmanifest, part. So there is the manifest. In the manifest, there are functions, and then there is the unmanifest. All these are functions of the upadhis, the instruments. Atman have nothing to do with it. God has nothing to do with it. Please understand, this is the typical language of the Shastra. Whenever they say God has nothing to do with it, Atman has nothing to do with it. Now, how you should hear? How you should hear? You also don't say God has nothing to do with it. We also should not say Atman has nothing to do with it. What you should say? You should say, I have nothing to do with it. But sir, and the I have nothing to do with it, from where did this I have nothing to do with has come? Entire Vedanta is Tattvam Asi. Are able to connect now? Tattvam Asi. When they have said you are that, and whenever they say that has nothing to do with this, you have to conclude that assertion you have to do. What is the assertion that you have to do? Atman has nothing to do with this. Brahman has nothing to do with this. Means you have to say, I have nothing to do with this. But sir, and the I no sonna. No, but that is very mechanical, no sir, in the beginning. And I really don't understand that, no sir. Don't worry. Simply start doing it. As you start doing it, the knowledge and reasoning and the analysis that the Shastra does becomes more and more appealing. If you don't start doing it, the analysis, the discrimination, all the explanation that the Shastras gives will not be appealing at all to you. It wouldn't appeal at all, because you still keep saying I means the instruments. In fact, you have become the instrument. I have become the instrument. You have become the instruments. You have become the Jiva so much that the segregation itself doesn't exist. Therefore, very important is to understand what the superimposition. It is a superimposition which you have to remember. With this, we conclude verse number 15. With this, we conclude verse number 15 and we move on to verse number 16. As I said, from 16 to 29, it is the It is the same. The thought flow is exactly the same. In fact, it is a virtual. He keeps repeating it. Understand, repetition is reinforcement. Please understand, repetition means reinforcement. Why it has to be repeated so many times? What is the necessity to repeat it so many times? Because we have a tendency to, not that we have a tendency to, it has to be repeated so many times because we keep forgetting. Since we keep forgetting, it has to be repeated. It has to be repeated that many times. It has to be repeated. Why do we forget? Because of the long wrong association with the world. We forget it. Why? Because of the long association. How do we get out of it? By discriminative analysis. By discriminative analysis, repeating the discriminative analysis again and again and again. Why reflection is very difficult is because you have to do the same analysis again and again and again. That is why at some point of time, Vedanta looks very repetitive. Quite a few people have asked me, sir, Swamiji in the lectures keep saying the same thing again and again. No. That's season 1, season 2, and one season it is the same fact, and the only way, remember this, remember the law. Remember a law. Hallucination, ignorance, hallucination, ignorance, untruth, the lies, all this can be told in a million unique way. Always remember this. You can lie in a million ways. Hallucination, you can have anything. Truth, what is the only way to say the truth? The only way to say the truth is to repeat it, to reiterate it, repeat it. But sir, unless we creatively come up with something new, people really don't listen to it, no? That is why whoever brings in variety, there will be an attraction. Are you able to follow? Whoever brings in a variety, there will be attraction. When the truth is repeated again and again and again, the memory in you says, I know it already. Are you able to follow? The memory part of you says, I know it already. Vedanta says, memory part has no relevance at all, because when you are playing the role, you are identifying with the role. When you are playing the role, you are identifying with the role. When the instruments are doing their function, you are saying, I am doing it. When the body is affected, you are saying, I am affected. When the mind is affected, you are saying, I am affected. Therefore, the affectation means you need repetition. Upanishads repeat it. Please understand. Vedanta nale repetition da. Vedanta means repetition. Truth means repetition. Truth means repetition. I was telling one of the persons last night. Then movie edukra madri love story. Million ways they keep repeating the same thing, no? Million ways they keep repeating the thing. What? The boy meets the girl, they fall in love. Ultimately, they will be two. Yeah, the boy meets the girl or the girl meets the boy, and there will be a villain in between. The villain can be father, the villain can be uncle, the villain can be society, the villain can be religion, but definitely there will be a ஒரு hero, ஒரு heroine, and then there is a villain. அவ்வளவுதான plot. அவ்வளவுதான். Unique way you can keep. Vedanta cannot be done in that way. Why? Because you get carried away by, as it is, you are getting carried away. And when more and more things are brought in, you will get carried away by the non-essentials and you will forget the essential. Are you able to follow? Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. You know how many times he repeats? 9 times he repeats. Tattvamasi Shvetaketu, Tattvamasi Shvetaketu, Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. You have heard the Kenopanishad repeating the same thing again and again. Isavasi Upanishad is 18 mantras. Of the 18 mantras, 8-9 mantras is repetition. It means for all practical purposes, the Upanishad is only 10 mantras. Mandukya Upanishad is 8 mantras. Of the 8, 4 are repetition. The original Upanishad is only of 3-4 mantras. Why can't you say new things every week? Remember, you can lie in a million ways. The only way to repeat the truth is, the only way to say the truth is to repeat it. A person is caught accusing that he has stolen, and the truth is he didn't steal. In whatever way he was asked, what is the answer he will keep giving? He will say, I didn't. You can't say, why can't you say something? You can't say that, because the only way to repeat the truth is by repeating it. The only way to reinforce the truth is by repetition. Why I am saying this is a warning. From 16 to 29 is going to give the same idea. What is the idea? By discriminative self-analysis, segregate. By discriminative analysis, segregate. What you should segregate? I have nothing to do with the instruments. I have nothing to do with the jiva playing the roles. Keep segregating. Keep segregating. Quite a few times you practice the segregation, though it is mechanical, you will develop a real taste to digest this. Just as first you have to by heart the definitions, later on only you will understand the definition. Correct? Do you start with understanding the definition or by hearting the definition? What do you start with? அது எப்பயோ சார் 50 வருஷம் முன்னாடி ஸ்கூலுக்கு போனோம். இப்பெல்லாம் கேட்டா how do we? All of us went to school. Minimum age in this is 50 years back we went to school. If you ask us now how we will remember? You by heart the definition. Over a period of time you will understand. You can never start with the understanding. Similarly, you start doing the practice. Once you start practicing it, you will develop an affinity towards it. That affinity will be reinforced. The clarity increases by following the logic and analysis of the Shastras. This is how you gain the knowledge of Atma, Brahman, the self. Atma, Atma Bodha. So don't worry about the repetition. Sometimes I will quickly finish 3-4 verses in one class also because of the same repetition. Repetition means material for reflection for you to work independently. Repetition means material for your reflection. Repetition means material for your reflection. If you are not developed this clarity in thinking and all that, what do we have to do? Supposing if we have not developed this clarity, this understanding and all that, what do we have to do? Go back to verse number 1. Go back to verse number 1, develop sadhana chatushtaya and come back. That's all. Are you able to follow now? If all this is not appealing, what you need to do? You need to go back to verse number 1, do the sadhana chatushtaya, develop and come back. But at any point of time, you can't escape. What you can't escape? You can't escape the repetition. You can't escape the repetition. Since you can't escape the repetition, might as well go through it now only. Yeah. With this, we move on to verse number 16. Verse number 16 reads, Vapustushadibhi koshaihi yuktam yuktya vadhatataha atmanamantaram shuddham vivichya tandulam yata. Vapustushadibhi koshaihi yuktam yuktya avadhatataha atmanamantaram shuddham vivichya tandulam yata. One should, through discriminative thinking, separate the innermost pure self from the enveloping sheets as one separates rice from husk, etc. by threshing. By discriminative thinking, yuktya, koshaihi. Koshaihi refers to the previous. Koshaihi refers to the previous verse. What you are supposed to do? Because of the association with the material equipments, Atman is said to have. Atman is said to have become the 5 koshas. By discriminative thinking. Discrimination means what? Discrimination means segregating. Discrimination means separating. What we call as racial discrimination. No, what is racial discrimination? Discrimination. Gender discrimination. We say no. இது ரெக்கார்டிங்லாம் போட்டு பப்ளிக்கா போறதா இந்த ரெக்கார்டிங். Yeah, so sir is talking about racial, gender discrimination and he has to be அப்புறம் எம்எல்ஏ எல்லா கோர்ட்லயும் கேஸ் வரும். He is promoting discrimination means disclaimer. I am not saying discriminator. அந்த discrimination இல்ல. புத்தி டெவலப் ஆகுதுன்னா discrimination வேணும். இல்ல கேஸ் வேணும்னா எனக்கு discriminationே வேணும். I am not saying discriminate. What is discrimination means? Discrimination means segregation. That's what the word discrimination means. Segregation. Separating. Separating not as in lower and higher. Separating not as in inferior or superior. Separating as in real, unreal. Are you able to follow? Discrimination not as in superior or inferior. Discrimination not as in higher or lower. Discrimination as in real, unreal. What is real? That is the discrimination, viveka. So he says one should, through discriminative thinking, separate the self. And what is the nature of the self? Antaram Shuddham. Antaram is innermost. Shuddha means pure. Segregate the two. What is segregating the two? Discrimination means there is the periphery and then there is the core. There is the periphery and then there is the core. The periphery are the 5 koshas. The core is the self. The periphery are the 3 bodies. The core is the self. That is innermost. That is the innermost. To come to the innermost, the methodology is you move from gross to subtle and then to the subtlest. That is the methodology given. The methodology given is from gross to the subtle, from the external world to the body, from the body to the mind, from the mind to the intellect, intellect to the I, the self, from the Annamaya Kosha to Pranamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha to Manomaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha to Anandamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha to the self. This is discriminative analysis. So, what is the nature of the self? Number 1, it is antaram, innermost. Number 2, it is pure. Atmanam antaram shuddham. It is pure. Pure because none of it can touch it. The instruments, the gross, the 3 shariras cannot touch it. The 5 koshas cannot contaminate it. The 5 koshas cannot contaminate it. The 3 bodies cannot touch it. Are you okay till now? See, what he has done from 6 to 15 is diagnosis of the problem. He has diagnosed the problem. What is the problem? 6 to 15. Superimposition is the problem. Now he is giving the solution. What is the solution? Atma Jnanam is the solution. Atma Jnanam is the solution. And what does Atma Jnanam means? Atmanam, Antaram, Shuddham nu solradhu Atma Jnanam illa. What is Atma Jnanam? We already started by saying that. What does Atma Jnanam means? Segregating, 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 separation. How do you separate? Use Shastras as the mirror. Use Shastras as the mirror. Using Shastras as the mirror means what? What you see in the mirror, you understand it as yourself. Correct? That is the mirror. What you see in the mirror, you understand it as yourself. Yeah. Mirror ku munnadi ninnu idu yarunu you will not ask, no? You will not stand in front of the mirror and ask who is this? For you stand in front of the mirror, you know you are that. So whenever Shastras talk about God, Atman, Brahman, you see it there and understand it here. Understand it here na enga ullukulla enga poi paakuradhu. Understand it here na enga sir ullukulla, where it is hidden? It is not hidden anywhere. You are that, and you have to start asserting it. And you have to start asserting it. And what does asserting it means? The eyes that I see in the mirror is not the eyes of somebody. It is, you claim it as your eyes, no? You see the eyes in the mirror, but you understand it as, you will not say avroda kannu. You will not say that. You will say, you claim it, you assert it. That is Atma Jnana. That is Atma Jnana. So you use Shastra as the mirror. Are you able to follow? You use Shastra as the mirror. Atmanam Antaram Shuddham. Vivichya Tandulam Yata. The example that he is giving is segregating, separating rice from husk, etc. by threshing. Adu varum. We'll come to the threshing part. Yeah. Adukku will come last. Threshing na odaikaradu nu artham avladha. Yeah, threshing na, that's what it means. Threshing na, what does it mean? Pounding. Yeah. Pounding. Pounding na, not pounding the person sitting next to you. Not pounding the person sitting next to you. Pounding na, pounding. It's down. Talli achikunu. You are pounding, threshing, separating rice from husk, etc. by threshing. That I'll come to it later. First thing is Atmanam Antaram Shuddham. It is innermost, and then it is pure. The knowledge talks about two things till now. The knowledge is talking about two things. What are the two things? First, it spoke about that which is seen. That which can be seen, that which can be understood, it spoke about. What is it that can be seen and what is it that can be understood? The five elements, the koshas, the mind, the intellect, the jiva, all that is seen, understandable, evident. They spoke about that which is known. And then from the known, it takes you to the unknown. Beautifully explained in Vedanta treatise as education is moving from known to the unknown. The principle of education is moving from known to the unknown. Explain the known, and then through discriminative analysis, segregate, separate it. First, explain the known, and then say, I have nothing to do with it. These are the two things. What are the two lessons? The two lessons is this. First is segregate it like electricity and gadget. First discrimination is segregate it like electricity and the gadget. So, okay, bulb and electricity, it's easy. Take bulb and electricity. Second lesson is learning to rightly associate. First is segregating the bulb and the electricity. Second is learning to rightly associate. The body is visible. The three bodies, when we say body, all the three bodies are visible, understandable. the pure self is invisible. Shastras talk about it. Using Shastra as the mirror, you understand it. Prida? The three bodies are evident. The Atma, the self, is not that evident. Segregated. Keep on saying what? The medium comes and goes. The medium comes and goes. I have nothing to do with it. The medium comes and goes. Medium comes and goes, Arjuna, Bhagavad Gita also. Natvevaham natujasam natvam neme janadipaha nachaivana bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. The medium keeps coming and going, Arjuna. What are you worrying about the medium that is coming and going all the time? The medium vandu poyin irukum. Why are you getting? What are you getting worried about it? And what is the nature of the medium? Vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grinnati naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samvati navani dehi. This dehi, Arjuna, medium would identify. Why are you getting affected by it? Dehi will affect. No, it is the job of the dehi to get affected. Why are you getting affected? But sir, I am the dehi, no. Huh? But sir, I am the dehi, no. How can I not get affected? I am the dehi in solrada ignorance. And as long as you say I am the dehi, you will be affected. As long as you keep saying I am the dehi, you will be affected. It doesn't matter. Even if you are in Swargaloka, Angi, you will be affected, because that is why the Puranic stories talks about Devas also being jealous. Yeah. Inga Manshal jealous, it is understandable. Street dog fiercely protecting its territory is understandable. Devas also do the same thing. Yeah. Devas are also, body. If you go and sit as the Deva, again they're also jealous, hatred, frustration. What is the point? So as long as Dehi, it doesn't matter what Deha you have, as long as you believe that you are the Dehi, you are susceptible for Shoka. Huh? Moha is the reason for Shoka. What is Moha? Dehi's job is to get affected. I have nothing to do with it. Jnanam. Mohana, I am the. Moha is to say I am the Dehi. அது எப்படின்னா rice and husk அவ்வளோ ஒட்டி இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது. Rice and husk is so tightly knit together as it were. ஒரு 4 அடி கொடுத்தா it will, if you give it few thrashings, it will separate. Beautiful example, huh? The rice and the thing, and you need to know how to connect it also. Yeah, and you should know how to connect it also. Yukti eva avagataha. One. It is one. Yata tandulam. Are you okay till now? Now I will come to yata. Yata tandulam. What is yata tandulam means? Just as rice is separated from husk, bran by pounding process. Pounding is done by the Shastras, the Guru. And although we don't like Guru, we don't like Shastras. Why we don't like Shastras? Why we don't like Gurus? Because the pounding is done by the Shastra. Now, if you are asked to do it by yourself, you will not do. Then, if you are asked to do it by yourself, you will say, next week, sir. Because I have 1 week, some important assignments, some important some word they use, some important deliveries. Annalamo they word they use. And the 1 week la the mudichittu then I will come. So you will never do the pounding by yourself. And who does the pounding? Shastras does it. The Guru does it. How they do it? By repeating it. Tattvam asi. By repeating it. Tattvam asi. Tattvam asi. Tattvam asi. Rice has 2 coverings, the bran and the husk. Clear? Rice has 2 coverings. One is the husk, and then is the bran. Correct? Huh? Husk remove panna unpolished rice. Bran remove panna polished rice. Ipalla we are all very organic people, sir. We don't do polished white rice allam pomatom. We have gone back to the bran only. Ainala ignorance abdiye vechikrom. We will keep the ignorance exactly, but husk mattum we will remove. Ena husk sapta you will, yeah, you can't have the. Na English word correct use பண்றேனா bran huskiyum. Am I using the English word rightly? Yeah, okay. ஏன்னா மனோகர் தான் எனக்கு குரு, அவர் தானே ரெஃபர் பண்ணிப்பேன் இப்போ பார்த்தாலும் இல்லையா. நான் கரெக்டா வேர்ட்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்றேன்னா ஐ வில் செக் வித் ஹிம் ஒன்லி. அவர் ஓகேன்ட்டார், அதனால கரெக்ட். தி ஹஸ்க் அண்ட் த பிரான். Ritualistic practices, the upasana, the bhakti, all that is like removing the husk. All that is like removing the husk. Shravana is also removing the husk only. Then what is removing the bran? When you keep claiming rightly. What is claiming rightly means? What is claiming rightly means? I see, I don't see. Jiva plays the role, I have nothing to do with it. This is the removal of the bran. So you remove the husk, you remove the bran. You understand what? You have been the self always. You recognize that you have been the pure, immaculate self always, having the nature of antaram shuddham. Antaram shuddham. Antaram means innermost, shuddham means pure. Mediums come and go. I have nothing to do with the medium. Wherever there is a medium, I will enliven the medium. Where there is no medium, I exist all by myself. This is Atma Bodha. Are you able to follow? Again I repeat. The mediums keep coming and going. Wherever there is a medium, I will enliven that medium. I will support that medium. But medium illana valiye poiduma Brahmanku. If there is no medium, will Brahman become jobless? Will Brahman become worthless? When there is no medium, I remain in my pure glory. Where there is a medium, I enliven that and still exist in my pure glory. When the medium comes, I enliven it, remaining the pure, retaining the pure innermost nature. So as I am enlivening it also, I am the same. Where there is nothing to enliven also, I am the same. When I am enlivening something, I don't become any less. When there is nothing to enliven, I don't become jobless. That's where people ask, sir, after realization, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Nothing to do, no. No. It will retain it will exist in its pure Atmanam Antaram Shuddham. Atmanam Antaram Shuddham Vichyatandulam Yata. The process of segregation, Tat Tvam Asi. The process of segregation is Tat Tvam Asi. The Shastras say it, the Guru says it. The Antaram and Shuddham is what consciousness is all about. The Antaram and Shuddham is what consciousness is. Pure means uncontaminated. As I told you, in the rest of the verses, is going to repeat it again and again and again. Pure, he will talk in some verse. Antaram, he will talk about it in some other verse, and he will talk about more properties also. The method is what? By discriminative self-analysis. The very topic itself has made it very clear. By discriminative analysis of the world illa. By discriminative, what did the topic say? It is not saying by discriminative analysis of the world. By discriminative analysis of the external. It didn't say that. By discriminative self-analysis. By discriminative self-analysis. Instrument does. I am the consciousness. Is Jnanam. Where the instruments are doing, you identify with it and then you say Aham Karta. The Aham Karta abdinradhil the Ahamkara comes. Ahamkara is nothing but saying Aham Karta. Ahamkara ponuna enna ponu. If the Ahamkara has to go, what should go? The Aham Karta notion has to go. The Aham Karta, for the Ahamkara to go, the Aham Karta has to go. For the Aham Karta to go, what you should do? Discriminative self-analysis. What is discriminative self-analysis? The instrument does, I have nothing to do with it. The instrument does, I have nothing to do with it. For who am I? For what am I? I am the Shuddhatma. Antaram. Idallam patadunu. From 30 onwards, he will go into Nirguno, Nishkriyo, Nityo. Nityakalpo Niranjanaha Nirvikaro. He will go about 8-10 verses. He is going to positively say what I is. Here it is negating the I. It is here we arrive at the I by the process of negation. Elsewhere, the next topic is going to arrive at the I by saying positively what it is. So, the verse. What is the verse? By discriminative thinking. Yuktaya. Yuktaya means by discriminative thinking, segregate. By discriminative thinking, segregate. With this, we conclude verse number 16 and we continue with the verse number 17 onwards in the next class. If there is no clarifications, I am concluding because it looks like there is no clarification, but okay. Prasad, you still have your clarification? Is the blue cloth not part of superimposed? You still have this clarification, Prasad?
Answer, sir. Answer. Thank you.
Answer. Yeah, correct. Shankar. Initially, to get out of doership, we attribute the functions to God or Atman till self-realization. Only the realized soul can declare that I am that consciousness, I am God. Is it correct? Correct. Inga avaru Shankar Kolattur irukkrara?
Yes, sir.
Irukrar inga irukrar. One thing that you are doing from the beginning is what? I am not the doer. Adha inga discriminative analysis. From the beginning, what are you? One thing in common you are saying is I am not the doer. At one stage you say it is the totality supported by nature, but all that. But one thing you are doing from the beginning till the end is what?
Not attributing.
I am not the
Non-attribution.
I am the doer length. You
Doer.
are saying I am not the doer.
Not the
Who
doer.
is the doer? God nu sonna ஒரு சந்தோஷம். ஏன்னா அவர் மேல பழி போடலாம். We can face the responsibility. அவ்வளவுதான். God is the யாராவது ஒரு doer னு வைக்கணும் நம்மளுக்கு. Are able to follow psychologically the need to have somebody as the doer?
Yes.
We have a need to keep somebody as the doer. Then only the responsibility can be placed. So eyes are the doer அப்படின்னா சார் அந்த ஐஸ்னுடைய வேலை பார்க்கிறது தானே. You can't blame it, no. Are you able to follow how Vedanta solves the problem? Think பண்ணுங்க. சரியா? It says I am the doer. You have to necessarily put somebody as the doer. Nature does it, totality does it, God does it, but ஏதோ ஒரு formula somebody is there doing something, so that you can always either blame or beg for support. Either you can beg for support or you can blame. Of the two, begging for support is prayer, blaming is cursing. Yeah. Either way, somebody has to be the doer. Vedanta comes in and says the instruments are doing. Now you can't blame. Why? Because the nature of the instruments is to do. The nature of the eyes is to see. Nature of the ears is to hear.
Yeah.
Will you listen to this sound and you will give one slap to the ear? You can give one slap to the ear, but who you are hitting?
Yes.
Yeah. Therefore, From the beginning till the end, one thing you are doing. What? I am not the
Doer.
doer. At one level you say totality. At another level you say it's all God's, it's all Lord's prasad. ஒரு லெவல்ல ஒன்னு we keep saying. ஆத்ம போதால அப்படி எல்லாம் சொல்லக்கூடாது. ஆத்ம போதால we have to say
I am that.
கண்ணு பாக்குறது, மனசு சந்தோஷத்துல குதிக்கிறது, சோகத்துல அழறது, புத்தி தான் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சிருக்கு எனக்கு புரியலன்னு சொல்றது, எனக்கும் அதுக்கும்
சம்பந்தம் இல்லை.
அவ்வளவுதான். அது ஆத்ம போதா. சரியா? I have nothing to do with it.
With the instruments.
சரியா?
Yes, sir.
Shankar.
Thank you.
Vidya. It will be like remembering as a formula. I have nothing to do with that. Correct. Always remember that I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do with this. Yashu. How do you practice? I is the instrument. How do you practice that I is the instrument? How do you practice it? Practice implies right understanding. If you say, I want to practice something, what are you actually asking is, how do I understand it rightly? For it is the right understanding that leads to the right practice. Whenever you say, I want to practice something, what are you actually asking? How do I rightly understand? For it is the right understanding that results in right practice. Partial understanding, partial practice. No understanding, no practice. Full understanding, full practice. Therefore, how do you practice? By gaining the knowledge. And how do you gain the knowledge? By repeating it again and again and again. Repeating it again and again and again, is it not a kind of a brainwash, sir? Is it not a kind of a self-hypnosis? It is not that, because lot of thinking and analysis is involved here. Since lot of thinking and analysis is involved here, it is called a conviction understanding. Out of conviction and understanding, you would be able to practice that the instruments does it, I have nothing to do with it. Ramatirtha beautifully talks about his experiences in America. He said, when he went into America in 1900, because of his color, the skin color and the cloth and all that, he was really insulted and all that a lot. Ramatirtha writes, today this body was insulted a lot and Rama was witnessing it. Whose body? Yaar insult pannanga? So beautifully he writes, as though they were insulting, some third person. This body was insulted a lot today. Yeah. Maybe rotten tomatoes and rotten eggs were also thrown. He says, all this happened and Rama was witnessing it. You can't go and ask him, Abba, Nidanapa Rama. You are Ramatirtha. Ramana himself, Ramatirtha. You are Rama and they were insulting you. No. This is non-identification. Body will be insulted. Body will be praised. Mind will be happy. Mind will be unhappy. I will know something. I can never know something. I can never know so many things. In this Janma, I cannot know medicine because I cannot know it. So, something is known, something is always, something is known, something always will remain unknown, but that is of the intellect, not of me. This is how you practice the segregation. With this, we conclude for today, and we continue with verse number 17 onwards, the next session.